Guys, I need to tell you something. Something big that happened. I was just hanging out, walking around town, when this old man came up to me and said, "Hey kid, do you want this copy of Blue's Clues? It belonged to a kid who died and I don't need it anymore." Which I thought was strange, but hey, it's Blue's Clues. I loved that show as a kid. So I said, "Sure, how much?" The old man said, $6.66. And I said, "Okay." And I gave him the money and I took my prize. I walked home with it. I couldn't wait to watch some Blue's Clues. When I got home, I put the DVD in the DVD player, obviously, and it started like a normal episode, except the theme was more quiet, somber than usual. But I thought, oh, this must be an episode I haven't seen yet. And then it started. Steve was sitting in his chair, smiling. "Hey kids, Blue's in another room sleeping right now. Maybe I should read some mail while we wait for her to get up." Which I thought was strange, since normally the letter reading is halfway through the episode, but oh well, it's an episode I haven't seen yet. He then starts to sing the letter song, you know, "I just got a letter, I just got a letter," you know, all that. And then he opens the letter, and there's a picture of a woman in it, who is very entitled looking. "Steve, that's it. I'm sick of you. I'm going to get a divorce, and I'm gonna make sure I get full custody of the children too." What? What? This is a kid's show about some guy and his dog, and they're talking about divorce? I mean, since when did Steve even get married? Well, after the video plays, we see Steve's face, and it's red with anger. He starts screaming and cussing, and I was crying. I mean, what sort of sicko puts this in a kid's show? But I decided to keep on watching. Blue then walks into the room, and Steve starts screaming and swearing at her too. Blue just sits there in a stunned silence. Steve then jumps into the picture, since, you know, that's an ability he does have in the show. And he makes Blue come with her. When they make it to the other side of the picture, Steve's wife looks at him. "What? How can you be here? I just finished moving to the other side of the country." Steve then punches her in the face, cutting her off. "I won't let you take them, Karen," Steve shouts. Hyper-realistic blood gushes from the nose. Steve then punches her so hard in the stomach she started to hyper-realistically puke her guts out. That's when I started to vomit hyper-realistic vomit everywhere. But for some reason I kept watching. "Sicker, Blue, I'll go get the kids," Steve tells Blue. Blue has a terrified look in her eye. She wouldn't dare disobey her master's orders. "Dad, what are you doing here?" asks Steve's children. "Mom said you're not supposed to be near us anymore." "Well, Mommy's wrong, kids," Steve shouts with a sadistic look of joy in his eye. "Now follow me." When the kids saw the bloody mess their mom was, they started to cry hyper-realistic tears. I was crying along with them. I mean, this is a kid's show. Who is insane enough to make this? When they came out of the letter, Steve looks at the camera. I'm sorry, kids, but I can't have any witnesses." He then starts to point a gun straight at me. I started to scream, and I ran towards the eject button of my VHS player. When I looked at the picture on the VHS, Steve was holding a hyper-realistic, bloody head of his wife, with the words, "You're next," written in blood. So I burned the laserdisc. I tried to go back to the place where I found the DVD from the old man, so I could get my money back, but people said that there was never an old man there. Never watch the Lost Blue's Clues episode.